Hi everyone, Carrie here again to share with you today, or in this video, that we're going to be doing some mindfulness activities and stress relieving activities for you, for the caregiver, for the parent, for the adults in the house. And again, these are things that you are essentially role modeling, so you don't have to hide yourself away to do these types of things. But if you have a private space and you'd rather be alone when doing them, you can do it during nap or after bedtime. And these just types of tools and exercises and strategies are to help kind of realign your nervous system so that we are not in really excitable states or excitable emotions that kind of move throughout our body and our mind throughout the day, and that we can start to find some rest and relaxation, because when we are intentionally resting and relaxing, we are doing so much for ourselves, including boosting our own immune systems and releasing stress. So who doesn't want that, right? We all need that now more than ever. So this video today is going to be a really basic meditation. So it's going to be a breath awareness meditation. So if you have done something like this before, you might know what I'm talking about. But if you have never done anything like this before, don't be afraid. This is something that absolutely everybody can do, and you don't ever have to do it alone either. You can always listen to this video. You can listen to other guided meditations. There's so many apps and resources now out on the internet. So this is just an introduction to this concept of a mindful awareness meditation. So the definition of mindfulness that I really like to work with is from the author, the researcher, Jon Kabat-Zinn, and he defines mindfulness as to pay attention in a particular way. And that way is on purpose, in the present moment, and without judgment. So that last part is really challenging, because we could be, okay, we're ready to do this, we're open to trying meditation to help us sleep or to help us relax or whatever it is. But then we're in our heads and we're like, what am I doing? Am I doing this right? We start thinking about what am I going to have for breakfast tomorrow, or what to-do list items that I have to do still, or this is really weird, I'm not sure about this. There's lots of thoughts that start to happen when you give yourself the space to be quiet. It's interesting. It's like we're all craving for peace and quiet, but then as soon as we get it, we don't know what to do with it. So this video is essentially helping to train our minds to come into the present moment, where we are living, where we're alive, and where we can choose our responses thoughtfully, instead of moving into those same old pattern reactions. If you have a short temper, maybe a goal of yours through mindfulness is to cut back on the amount of times that you might raise your voice at your kids instead of talking with them calmly about whatever is going on. So we all have things that we want to work on, and this is just a tool that can help us just kind of come back to ourselves and check in, and then move forward with more thoughtfulness and compassion going ahead in our lives for ourselves and for other people, including our children. So this breath awareness meditation can be done seated or lying down, so wherever you are right now. I'm seated in a chair, and so I'm going to uncross my legs because I had my legs crossed, and my feet are flat on the ground. So I'm not up against the back of the chair. I'm actually holding my own body upright, which is important to do if you are seated, rather than letting the chair hold your body. You take some time to kind of wiggle into an upright position where your shoulders are above your hips, And your arms are just kind of resting, your hands resting on your lap. Right? And so when you come into stillness like this too, you might become more aware of tension in your body or maybe some pain, which is normal. So if you need to shift and adjust now before we get started, do that. Because when we do get started, I'm going to ask you to try to be completely still. Even not itching, right? That little scratch, or not scratching that little itch, but just finding stillness so that we can focus on our breath and that other things, right? Those distractions where, again, we're training our mind to not be so distracted, right? I know, I forget what kid's movie it is, but with that dog and he's just like, squirrel, squirrel. It's like, right? It's like everybody is feeling like they have attention deficit disorder because there's so much stimulus around us that we get really distracted all the time, right? We're rarely in the present moment, which is where we need to be most of the time, where things are happening now. And we're choosing what kind of input we're allowing to grab our attention, and we're not just getting distracted by every little thing. Okay, so you're seated tall. You can close your eyes. And this practice is almost a little frustratingly simple. We're not doing much here, which is the whole point. So relax your body as best you can, maybe your jaw, the muscles of your face. And try your best to breathe in and out through your nose. And become aware that you are breathing. Notice how your body responds when you inhale or take a breath in. And notice how your body responds when you exhale and you take a breath out. And we keep doing this for each breath while becoming aware that our mind is trying to pull us away from being aware of our breath. Again, whatever thoughts appear here, we can notice that they are just thoughts. And if our mind wanders 100 times, we very gently and lovingly bring our attention back to our breath. Right? This isn't a time for discipline to ourselves. We're simply practicing. So your mind might say, oh my gosh, I can't focus, I'm not paying attention well enough, right? And those are normal thoughts to have, but you can do this. You're already breathing without paying attention to it. And so now all you're doing is noticing that breath is happening. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. If your mind truly wants something to do here, you can say that in your head. You can say breathing in as you're inhaling, Breathing out as you're exhaling. Or you can say the word inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Take one more breath like that. And then if your eyes are closed, you can open them back up. Right, and just stick with this feeling for a moment before we rush off to do anything else. Just notice how you feel. Check in. It's as simple as that. It's about not doing all of the things. And it's about just slowing down and connecting with your body. Acknowledging that the mind is full of thoughts. We have something like over 60,000 thoughts a day, which can be very hard to manage. So taking time like this to slow down is essential for our health. So I hope that this video and this quick introduction to a mindful breath awareness meditation was helpful for you today, and you can rewatch this video as many times as you need to. Or again, find some different resources. If you have a smartphone, you can download an app, or you can just go on YouTube and type in guided meditation, and there's going to be tons of videos and resources for you there. So I hope you have a calm rest of your day, and I will see you again soon. Thanks for being here.